Hello again everyone, this is Vincent and this is a new walkthrough series I'll be doing on another game on Kongregate called Manufactoria. Before I begin the walkthrough, I would first like to apologize both personally and for the Stone Dragons for the lack of videos that we've been putting out in the last year and a bit. In the meantime, we've been first year uni students and we just haven't had as much time to play games, let alone record and do commentaries on them. For myself, there are a few more reasons why I haven't been doing videos, even though I have been playing games. One of them is sometimes there are technical glitches with the games and video recording software. They just don't make them suitable for recording. And another reason is some games have just been done over and over again on YouTube. I'm not going to contribute much more because I'm not exactly a pro gamer. Onto the walkthrough now. If there is some secret society of Manufactoria players who have all agreed never to post video solutions of this game on YouTube, I'm sorry because I'm not sure if you exist and I'd just like to do this game because there are no video solutions on YouTube. So I apologize if there is some unwritten rule that I should not post the solutions on YouTube. So Manufactoria is another logic/engineering game similar to Constructor, except it has slightly different mechanics. Instead of worrying about on-off states and transistors and gates and stuff like that, we have to worry about sequences of symbols where they are red and blue dots. So yeah, there's a bit of story, yada yada yada. So what we just have to do is test these robots, and these robots have a string of red and blue dots programmed into them, and we test them. If they follow the specifications of the level, we accept them, otherwise we reject them. So the first level, and before I just show you, unlike Constructor, I will not be creating the solutions from scratch, because first of all, especially in the later levels, the solutions are so difficult to program, let alone remember and build from memory, that it would just be an unviable option. And secondly, the game also saves your solutions in between playthroughs. That is very convenient. And also, these solutions are not completely optimized in terms of parts or time. There are a lot smarter people than me who have optimized them. You can go to this button and they will just give you the code. You can load the levels and you can see that they've got fewer parts. So on to the first level. So what this first level is we have to accept the robots, and it doesn't matter what their blue or red status is, blue or red string looks like, as long as we move the robots from the entrance, this round thing here, to the bottom, to the exit here. And the robot, when it comes out of the entrance, automatically drops one square, and we just need to get into this square. So this is just where we learn what a conveyor belt does. And it's pretty simple. If the robot falls into the square with the conveyor belt, it follows the direction that the conveyor belt's moving. So I can show you that. That's the robot, and it just follows like that. Another control I need to show you is bridging, and this is a godsend for the later levels, because in later levels space is at a premium and you need to be able to fit as many parts into the smallest space as possible. So oh wait, I need to tell you this. You can also change the direction of conveyor belts by using the WASD keys or the arrow keys, or you can just rotate clockwise, anti-clockwise, or flip them. Okay, I'm just going to show you bridging now, or we use shift click to bridge. So we bridge using two conveyor belts going left, right, and up, down. So I just have one conveyor belt going top to bottom. I'm going to have one going from left to right. So what bridging is I hold down the shift button and I click on top of the other conveyor belt. What that does is it kind of puts two conveyor belts in one square. And how you determine the direction that the robot goes is if it enters this square from the top or the bottom, it follows the direction of the the vertical conveyor belt. So it will go down in that case. If it comes from the left or right, it would follow the horizontal conveyor belt, or left to right in that case. So that's just bridging. You only bridge 2 conveyor belts. For a long time, I was wondering, what's bridging? And I tried to bridge over other parts as well. Didn't work. So that's that. So this next level, this is where we meet the blue-red branch. This thing here, hotkey 6. So how the blue-red branch works is we have to understand kind of what a string looks like. So a string is just a series of blue and red dots, and we read a string from left to right, top to bottom. So the first symbol is blue, second symbol is red, so on and so forth. So what we have to do in this level is, if a robot string starts with a blue, we accept it. Otherwise, we reject it. And this is just the input mode where we can, I don't know, put anything we like. So I'm just going to do another string there. So this string starts with a blue, so we want to accept it. So what happens is, I'll just do it in slow-mo. When the robot hits this branch, if it starts with a blue, it will follow the blue arrow. And when this branch reads a dot, it will rip that first dot off. So see that the blue disappears and it goes down that arrow. And it goes to the exit. If the string instead starts with a red dot, and it falls into this square, it would follow the direction of the red arrow. And that would go back to the entrance, which doesn't count as a square, so that would be a reject. If it is neither red nor blue, so it's either blank, or in the later levels we will see green and yellow, it will follow the grey arrow, and it doesn't rip any dots off in that case. So I'll just show you, has found no flaw. That just means that the program cannot find a string which either forms an keeps going into a infinite loop, or gives a wrong output, or takes too long. So that's that. And with the branch, sorry, I need to show you these controls again. Like the branch, you can change the orientation with the WASD keys, or the arrow keys, or rotate them using these buttons, or you flip them, like mirror flip them, you can using that button or the space bar. And you will need the space bar, because otherwise you will not be able to fit the solutions in even the early levels. Alright, so level 3, the Robolamp. Alright, so in this level we have to accept our robot if the string, the tape of dots, has 3 or more blues somewhere in it. So that one we would reject, that one we would accept, that one we would accept because there are 3 blue dots somewhere in this whole string. So what's going to happen here is, first of all, the robot's going to fall into this square, into this branch. If it starts with a red, we send it up, but this conveyor belt is going to send it back down. And remember that when we read the red, we rip it off. So what this bit does is we're going to keep ripping off reds until A, we don't have any more symbols, in which case it goes to the floor and we reject it, or we see our first blue of the string, in which case it goes down. Then we do a similar thing, we keep ripping off reds until we see our second blue, and then we go down. Otherwise, if we don't see a second blue, we reject it. And then again, third time, we keep ripping off reds until we don't see a third blue, in which case it gets rejected by going off the grid, or we see our third blue, in which case it goes to the exit. So that would be our first example of recursion, where we put our string back into something that we were testing, back into our cycle, and we keep cycling until we get a desired result, or we see another output. So in this one we would accept it, we just keep ripping off the reds, keep ripping it off. We can speed it up, but I just want to explain it. Then we see our 3 blues, and then it goes there. This one we would reject because there are only 2 blues. We keep ripping off these reds. We would follow 2 blues and then we wouldn't see anything more, so we just go off the map. Just speed it up. So I think, yes, I am a bit over time because as per tradition I like to keep my videos in manageable 10-minute chunks. So I will see you in the next episode.